Hi, this is Eric with Ultramax Sports, and today we're looking at the Garmin vivoactive. And to help me do that review, I'm going to have it as a comparison tool, the 920 XT here beside me. Both of these watches represent the latest and greatest in Garmin's lineup, and they represent a bridge between the GPS watches we've been familiar with for the last 5 to 7 years with the new smart watches that we will be seeing going forward. And we can see this is somewhat of an evolution between from the 920 to the vivoactive. The first thing we want to look at is size. And so about half the thickness of the vivoactive is about half the thickness of the 920 and about 10% smaller footprint on the wrist. This watch is just smaller. It's going to appeal to more people. Both of the watches have independent straps, which means they fit small wrists very, very well. Now, when we're talking about smart watch features of tomorrow, things that we're talking about are Bluetooth functionality, which means you can receive text messages. You can see a notification of who's calling you while you're going for a run if your phone is in your back pocket. You can do live tracking, which means you can send a link through an email or a text, and somebody can click on it and see where you're at real time while you're running. Another function of the smartwatches of the future is the activity tracking that we've seen in things like Fitbits. This is how many steps I've traveled today just through walking and exercise combined. And this also includes calories burned for just normal metabolism as well as exercise. Both these watches can receive custom apps from Garmin's free custom app store called Garmin Connect IQ. That means you can get a custom watch face with maybe a swimmer, biker, runner along with your time. Or maybe a custom field that you can't currently get now that could be developed in the future. In terms of battery life, we're looking at 20 hours on the 920 XT, 10 hours on the vivoactive, and that means one continuous session of activity like running or biking. If you have the GPS mode turned off, then of course you get multiple days. I get a couple weeks out of my 920 XT. You get quick satellite acquisition with both of these watches. You can do swimming, biking, and running. Of course, with both these watches, you're completely waterproof. Indoor swimming, of course, that means you get the distance, you get your reps, your intervals, things like that. Now, you cannot swim outdoors and get a distance in the vivoactive, and that's just a hardware issue, and that's a size issue. That's just one of the limitations of the size of the watch. So that means you're probably going to be a deal breaker for most triathletes on getting this watch. But once again, this is meant to appeal more to the masses. You can, of course, bike indoors and outdoors with both these watches. Run indoors and outdoors with both of these watches. If you run outdoors 4 or 5 times, the watch starts correlating your arm swing to your actual distance and speed. And then when you run indoors in indoor run mode, it will give you a very accurate number for how far you traveled and actually how fast you're going. For people who get lost a lot like myself, the return to start feature is fantastic. I got lost in Oklahoma a few weeks ago, and all I had to do was go to return to start mode, and it showed a directional arrow, what direction I needed to go, and how far away my home base was located. At $450, this is the highest price point Garmin GPS running watch right now, and we're looking at $250 on the new vivoactive. So this video is made in April 2015. The watch has been out a couple weeks, and this is going to be a category killer until another brand, can match the number of features you get in the watch at this price point. The no other watch makes sense if you don't need some of the advanced features that you get in the 920, including the open water swimming. So a few other things that you do not get in the Garmin vivoactive that you do get in the 920: ability to create custom workouts, download them to your watch, and follow them, such as, say, Yasso 800s, if you're training for a marathon. The ability to get your VO2 max estimated, race predictor tool, say you run a 5K and you want to get your estimated marathon predictor time, it'll give you that on this watch as well. And you can also download custom waypoints to this watch, which means, say, points in a forest that you want to go visit. You can do that in this watch. But for $200 less, the vivoactive now is really become that category killer. You can upload your workouts through Bluetooth on your phone, hardwire connection. This one also does the added ability to automatically upload your workouts through a Wi-Fi network when you walk in your home or office. And so that's the comparison. Once again, this is the best bang for your buck, the Garmin vivoactive.